Okay, so I've had time to sit and reflect. Um, I've had time to read. I've had time to watch a couple videos. And I think that there's a little bit more left to say about DJ Moore to the Bills. Um, I said some crazy stuff in my first video about him, like personal stuff about him, and I owe you, DJ Moore, an apology for that. That's wild and crazy. I'm not used to making content, and I went back and watched it, and I'm definitely out of line for that. Some of the things I said. Uh, but that being said, DJ Moore is a low end wide receiver one, if that. DJ Moore is like he was drafted to Carolina Panthers to be their number one receiver, which he was until he wasn't. So then he gets traded to the Bears, and they pair him with Caleb Williams to be his number one receiver, which he was until he wasn't. And then they started drafting pass catchers using first and second round picks on pass catchers. They knew he wasn't the guy. If you think he's the guy, you don't invest like that. That's not what you do. And now he's going to be the Bills guy. It's weird to me. Like, he continuously finds himself, even though he regresses over time, he finds himself in better situations every single time. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. That makes no sense to me at all. I feel like there's a reason why no one was talking about DJ Moore to the Bills. I heard that the Bears were prepared to cut DJ Moore if they couldn't find a trade partner. I wouldn't spend a second round pick on someone that's going to get cut. I respect the position of not wanting to go into free agency / the draft with a hole that you have to fill. Like, there's something to be said for that. But that doesn't mean that you have to look for a deal all the time. Like, you can pay the premium sometimes. And in fact, paying the premium to get yourself over that last hump is like where it's the most worth it. Getting a premium receiver on a 3-win football team is not smart. But getting that same receiver on a team that's a stone's throw away from the Super Bowl, like the way I just reflect on like Randy Moss going to the Patriots, even though they didn't win one, right? I mean, that's probably a bad comparison, but that's the kind of move that I think is warranted for that kind of move. You have to be in that type of position to warrant that type of move, right? And I think that's the type of move we need to make. I'm not saying there's a Randy Moss in the league. I'm not saying that we need to go and, people are talking about Justin Jefferson though. Like that's what I'm talking about. Now, granted, yeah, there's going to be cap implications and things like that. But even still, like, I don't understand why we can't, like all the rest of the NFL teams who don't have a rookie quarterback or have super stud rookie position players, they all have a deficit somewhere. They all have a deficit somewhere. But what we're doing is we're trying to plug every hole within the salary cap. And it's like maybe we don't need a super, super, super crazy dope off ball linebacker, right? If that means that we can get a wide receiver who needs to be double teamed when it counts, or a defensive lineman that needs to be double teamed when it counts. DJ Moore is not the guy that's going to win us a Super Bowl. And I fear that we're not going to get that guy this season unless we get lucky with like a draft pick or something, like some receiver pops off or we hit on a couple of picks and like just like kind of solidifies the team. I mean, DJ Moore is going to make the team better. DJ Moore is going to make the wide receiver room better. DJ Moore is going to be the best wide receiver on the Buffalo Bills. DJ Moore is going to be the ceiling of the wide receiver room for the Buffalo Bills. That's how good we're going to be, is as good as DJ Moore can be. Um, and I really sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I really hope I'm wrong, right? Because I'm just an idiot on the internet. So I mean, I could totally be wrong. And I really hope I am, honestly. Like I do. Because that means that we'll be in business. And if we're in business, we're going to the Super Bowl, right? I mean, and we're gonna win. Like that's gonna happen if we're in business. If DJ Moore can be like a 1,300-yard receiver with like 8 touchdowns and 80 catches, okay, we're probably gonna be in business. I don't see that happening. I just don't see that happening. It's the best receiver he's had, or it's the best quarterback he's had. Yeah, Curtis Samuel, the Curtis Samuel argument. I've heard that one. The Diggs trade was beautiful. I was ecstatic, but I guess we'll see what happens. Um, I'm not going to be too upset about this in the next couple of days. It's just like it just happened today, so I'm just like, but it's a receiver we needed. Hopefully, he exceeds expectations. And honestly, like it really, really could be worse. I mean, they could have done something stupid like, I don't know. I think Romeo Dobbs would have been a really, really bad investment. Uh, but that's just what I think about it. Let me know what you think down in the comments here below. think I'm wrong, give a different take. Hit all the buttons. I really like making these videos. I'm going to be making more of them. I'm also going to be talking about fantasy football as well, not just the Bills, but like the whole league. So I'm going to do a little bit different stuff than like most content creators that I see. I want to do independent defensive player rankings or individual defensive player rankings. Because I don't see a lot of that. Maybe there's a reason, but I think knowing the whole NFL is good. Is because then you can get your offensive matchups better and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna set up more content, and I'm gonna try to build out the page. Um, no one's really watching right now, but that doesn't mean you won't. So if you are, thank you for watching here, and until next time.